I'm Chang. I will identify two accounting principles and how they were used in our project. The first accounting principle is revenue recognition principles, which is revenue are recognized in the period when they are earned. The second accounting principle is matching principles, which is record expenses in the same period as the revenue with which they can be reasonably associated. For the revenue recognition principles, I will use these methods at once for my examples. As we can see from this picture, at the 1st of March, we received $6,000 for our unearned revenue. So for the journal entries at 1st of March is debit cash and credit unearned revenue. The total amount is $6,000. However, we need to identify the revenue that we earned at March, so we need to use $6,000 to divide by 3 because $6,000 is for 3-month rental revenue. So for our adjustment is debit unearned revenue and credit rental revenue, and the amount is $2,000. Hence, we can know that rental revenue is recognized as it is earned about $2,000 at March. For the next matching principles, I will use this involved for my examples. As we can see from this picture, we paid insurance in advance at 1st of March. So the journal entry at 1st of March is debit people insurance and credit cash. The total amount is $2,600. However, the insurance expense for a month is $200 only, so we want to adjust the journal entries by using matching principles so we can identify the expenses for March only. So the adjustment for the journal entry is debit insurance expense and credit people insurance. Amount of insurance expense for March is $200 only. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Orson. I'm going to talk about the two key areas that could improve ABSS, and the two being user experience and mobile app development. So, according to LinkedIn, ABSS is a software company headquartered in Malaysia and founded in 1993. So, very possibly is very outdated and might not look as good as the newer accounting software used in firms such as QuickBooks, Zoho Books, and Wave, and all these other softwares that you have to pay to use. So a great way to improve user experience is making use of customer journey maps, so to understand their pain points and then gather opportunities to improve. So in this case, software developers should have to adjust and adapt to satisfy the real needs of the customers, which in this case are the experts in ABSS software. And to take note, we should always prioritize efficiency over aesthetics to make a good user experience. So now according to the Nelson Norman Group, they go by 10 different usability heuristics for user interface design, one of it being error prevention, meaning to generate error messages to prevent users with a confirmation option before they commit to an action. So an example would be in record journal entry, they could generate error messages when and where you make mistakes when you're doing your double entries, causing your reports to be inaccurate. So in that case, users will be informed and they can fix their mistakes immediately. Secondly, we talk about visibility of system status, meaning the way software is designed should keep users informed about what is going on or to keep them updated within a certain time. For instance, when we finish our journal entries, maybe they can automatically prompt the software to send a notification to our phone to remind us of the successful journal entries and guide us to generate reports like our cash accounts and profit or loss statements, respectively. And then this brings me on to my next point is that we can improve ABSS with a mobile app development. This is especially suitable for small businesses, so there is no need for very professional accounting tools and documents. It is incredibly convenient, especially when you can go outside and still be notified of any payment reminders or important financial events. Lastly, accounting software such as QuickBooks, like I mentioned previously, also has the function to take photos of your receipts and generating them into invoices, which is a super convenient and great function that ABSS can definitely explore.
Hi, I'm Syara, and I'll be going through how my team and I translated source documents into business transactions. The first document that I have prepared is a sales return invoice. We can infer from this document that Mary's Private Limited has returned us $10,000 worth of defective inventory. Knowing this, we first have to debit $10,000 from our sales return and credit our accounts receivable, Mary's, as they owe us $10,000 less, allowing the first half of our journal entry to look something like this. Another notable piece of information is that the cost of sales is $7,000. This means that we must debit $7,000 back into our inventory and credit $7,000 from cost of sales, leaving the second half of our journal entry to look like this. Moving on to the next source document, it is an invoice from CB Life Insurance. After reviewing this invoice, we can conclude that it is a prepaid expense, more specifically a prepaid insurance that was purchased on March 1st. The insurance is a total of $2,600 and covers a span of 13 months. Thus, the first thing we must do is record our prepaid expense by debiting and crediting $2,600 from our prepaid insurance and cash accounts respectively. This will be how our journal entry will look like once that is done. Next, we have to take note that the insurance is paid at $200 per month. Therefore, at the end of March, we have to record $200 under insurance expense. So the adjusting journal entry will be debit insurance expense and credit our prepaid insurance, looking something like this in our journal entry at the end of the month. That's it for my group's video presentation. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.